So let's have a discussion based on syllabus for MCOM Part 2, Semester 3, subject called Financial and Management Accounting Paper 8. The first chapter which we are going to cover is based on working capital planning and control. This chapter weightage is 35%. What overall we are going to discuss in this particular chapter is based on working capital management, WCM. Working capital management is what we are going to cover. So we will have an overview about this topic, its introduction, its concept. Then we will also try to understand what are the sources of working capital, what are the types of working capital, what are the components of working capital, and so on. What is the risk of adequate or inadequate working capital management? What are the risks attached with working capital management? That is also we will have a short introduction in relation with that also as a theory. Then we will try to compute certain sums based on working capital requirements for each and every components which are having relation with working capital, like raw material, semi-finished goods, finished goods, creditors, debtors, cash, and so on. That are the components of working capital, including stock. So we will have a calculation section also. We will compute working capital requirement for the firms, for the organization as an expert. Working capital estimation statements, if demanded in the question, we are also supposed to frame such estimation statements, forecasting statements based on working capital requirement for the companies in future, so that they can manage their working capital. And we will also try to understand one of the important concept which is attached with working capital, that is called operating cycle. So its theoretical explanation will be provided to you, and basically how it is calculated, that also we will try to cover. So this chapter, working capital planning and control, weightage is 35%, and it is from this chapter theory plus practical problems are asked generally in the paper. Moving further, the second chapter is also practical chapter. Theory plus practical problems are asked from the second chapter also. Weightage is 35%, and from this chapter we are going to learn three important topics, that is called buyback of shares, right issues, and ESOP, that is employee stock option plan. Based on these three important points, topics, we are also going to learn what are the important provisions, for SEBI related with this report topic, and even Companies Act 2013. What are the important provisions in relation with this topic? We'll try to cover from SEBI and Companies Act 2013. So theoretically, we will also try to understand their provisions, and practically we will solve sums based on these three topics: buyback of shares, right issues, and ESOP. That is second chapter, 35%. Third chapter is asset pricing policy, totally theory chapter, 15% weightage. In this particular chapter, you are going to learn the basic provisions or explanatory provisions related with accounting standards, accounting standard 10, which is based on fixed assets. So what are fixed assets? What are short-term assets? What are long-term assets? How assets are calculated, its valuation, its provisions, at what price assets are calculated. Such provisions are provided in accounting standard 10 related with fixed assets, including one or two other important provisions in relation with when the asset is required to be retired. So how its retirement is done, and what if the asset is retired, whether there is any profit or loss on the retirement of the asset. What are the provisions in relation with the revaluation of fixed assets? So such calculation is needed to be done in case of fixed assets for the giant companies, for the MNCs. Then in that only we are also going to learn accounting standard 13, which is based on investments, and we have already learned investment accounting in SYBCom. X interest and cum interest transactions. So a bit knowledge you are having about investment accounting, that is based on accounting standard 13 only, based on various investments made in securities, and during a particular year, as and when the securities are purchased and sold, what profit or loss is earned by a particular investor as per accounting standard 13 provisions. We are supposed to make its valuation following the method called FIFO method or average stock method. So a very interesting theory which will be helpful to you in future, related with if you are joining in some of the MNCs. So a very important theory in that case. And the fourth one is important theory as an investor. As an investor, if you are investing, then this is also one of the important chapter at international level also. So it's international financial management only theory section. It is the weightage is 15%. Why a particular investor invest in future? What are the reasons for investing abroad? Why a particular person is investing abroad? For higher returns, for better management of the funds. What are the basic reasons for investing not in India, or less interest is shown in India to invest? Why a person is trying or he is required to invest abroad? So that is what we are also going to discuss. Basic problems in international financial management. What are the problems that we share? Finance, foreign currency management, financing multinational organization, how the multinational organizations get their finance, what are the sources of finance, whether internal funding is done or external funding is done, through banks they are getting their finance, or through financial institutions they are getting finance. What are the sources, what are the instruments for getting finance? That is what included in this discussion. What are the modes of payment in international trade, how the payment is made in case of foreign trade, in case of international trade, whether through check they are making their payment, or letter of credits are used, or bill of exchange are used, or some other way they are making payment. So this is what is the overall syllabus which we are going to cover in our session. So 35% weightage is for 35% weightage is for working capital planning and control chapter. Then buyback related with shares, chapter related with shares, weightage is 35%. Then the both theoretical chapters, accounting standard relation chapter, weightage is 15%, and IMF, that is international financial management. So overall 100% syllabus we are going to cover in our session. These are certain references which you can use for your if you want to explore your knowledge, if you want to extend your knowledge, you can follow certain references. Like you can follow R.L. Gupta. The author is, name of the book is Advanced Accounting, and the publication house is Sultan Chand and Company, New Delhi. So these are the list of the references you can follow.